There have been no shortage of bad, offensive, tasteless, and downright racist moments in WWE's history. You won't find any of these controversial WrestleMania moments on the WWE Network because WWE are trying to pretend that they never happened. But you can't hide anything from wrestling fans, so we're here to bring you 10 WrestleMania moments removed from the WWE Network, starting with Number 10, Brock Lesnar disregards PG, WrestleMania 34. 2018 was a real low point for WWE creative. Despite having a roster stacked with incredible performers, WWE put all their eggs in Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar-shaped baskets. So it was no surprise when the main event of that year's WrestleMania saw Roman Reigns take on Brock Lesnar. It was a chorus of boos from the start, because it didn't matter who won the match, because the real loser was the fans. Brock was visibly pissed off from the beginning, and after the match, however, there was a moment during the match when Brock Lesnar screams a loud curse word directly into the camera. This has been cut from the WWE Network, and understandably so. Number 9, Mickie James tastes Trish Stratus, WrestleMania 22. In 2005 and 2006, Mickie played the part of a deranged stalker perfectly, with Trish first accepting Mickie as an accomplice, but then began finding Mickie's disturbing behavior a little too much. Their relationship turned violent, and the two ended up facing off at WrestleMania 22. At one very memorable moment in the match, the psychotic Mickie grabbed Trish's crotch, turned to the camera, and licked her palm. Given that this was the less than progressive era of 2006, the moment actually got a big roar from some people in the crowd. However, you could tell that Mickie had been a little excessive because it even left the commentary team speechless. When you do something wild enough to shock notorious Jerry Lawler, you know you've probably gone too far. Number 8, Michael Cole gives away the ending, WrestleMania 15. Despite taking place at the height of the Attitude Era, WrestleMania 15 is generally considered to be one of the worst WrestleManias of all time. But the easiest place to hide a turd is amongst other turds. So this smoldering wreckage did one thing. It hid the fact that Michael Cole gave away the result to the main event. WWF champion The Rock was set to take on Stone Cold Steve Austin in their first ever hotly anticipated bout. But before the match started, Cole told fans that after the show, there would be a live interview with the new WWF champion. From there on, the millions of people watching at home knew that Austin would be walking away with the gold.
It's the show after the show. Post-game comments, we'll hear from the new WWF champion.
It wasn't really Cole's fault since he was probably being fed lines by someone in the back, but this little blunder took place during the height of Michael Cole's hatred, so the history has since held him personally responsible. Whoever's fault it was, this line has been edited out of the WWE Network. Number 7, a different kind of streak, WrestleMania 23. The WWE Network lets you watch Undertaker's famous streak from start to finish, but there's another streak from WrestleMania that you definitely won't find on there. At WrestleMania 23, right as the main event between John Cena and Shawn Michaels was about to kick off, a rowdy fan leapt over the barricade, charged into the ring, and stripped down to his underwear while the two superstars looked on in confusion. Security jumped in and escorted the streaker out of the building, and we're not sure why this random guy thought it would be a good idea to give up his expensive WrestleMania seats right before the main event had started, but he did. Number 6, crowd drowns out the DX band with boos, WrestleMania 14. It was 1998 and nu metal was the hottest thing in the world. Baggy jeans, wallet chains, rap vocals over metal music. WWE were hip enough to get in on the trend, so at WrestleMania 14, they got Chris Warren, the singer from the band that did DX's Are You Ready? Theme to sing America the Beautiful.
Are you ready?
Chris Warren added an alternative spin to the iconic song, but the red-hot WrestleMania crowd proved that while trends come and go, tradition is forever. The rowdy audience completely rejected Warren's nu metal-infused version of America the Beautiful, instead drowning out the entire performance with stadium-shaking boos. When Warren finished by screaming, "America!" Over and over again in typical nu metal growling vocals, the jeers grew to deafening levels. Warren definitely didn't deserve the hate that came his way, but Attitude Era crowds were an unforgiving bunch. Number 5. Music. Various WrestleManias. WWE love nothing more than avoiding royalty payments, which is why they've removed tons of licensed songs off the WWE Network and either replaced them with generic music or just flat out erased them. This goes double for WrestleMania 2, because as well as dubbing over licensed entrant songs like the time Triple H came out to Metallica or Undertaker came out to Johnny Cash, they've also removed some notable live performances from WrestleMania shows too. Salt and Pepper's show at WrestleMania 11, Ice-T's performance at WrestleMania 2000, Ashanti's performance at WrestleMania 19, all have been cut in the name of saving a few bucks. Number 4, Michael Cole and Samoa Joe get washed out, WrestleMania 37. This marked the first ever weather delay in WWE history, and it's been edited out from Mania 37 on the network. However, the moment actually came with a few benefits. WWE always do their best work when their back is against the wall, so they filled the 20-minute gap with unscripted promos from the likes of The Miz, Seth Rollins, and The New Day. Every superstar pulled off some great mic work, and while a few of them fumbled their lines, the whole thing felt a lot more relatable and human than the usual rehearsed promos they're forced to deliver. We can understand why WWE cut the delay from the network show, but we wish they'd have left it in because WWE is so polished and sleek that it's refreshing to see them adapt on the fly. Number 3, Chris Benoit's celebration, WrestleMania 20. The man once known as the Crippler has all but been erased from wrestling history, and while his matches from WWE and WCW are still available on the network, finding any mention of his name on there is impossible, and rightfully so. At WrestleMania 20, Benoit faced off against Triple H and Shawn Michaels in a triple threat match for the WWE Championship. Benoit picked up the win and afterwards celebrated in the ring with Eddie Guerrero. Later, Benoit's wife Nancy and son Daniel came into the ring too, also known as the two people he ended up murdering. In retrospect, it made for a very haunting image, which is why this celebration segment has now been completely removed from the WWE Network. All promotional pictures of WrestleMania 20 now only show Eddie and no one else. It's no secret that WWE get a lot of things wrong, but this was likely the right move. Number 2, 2 botches at once, WrestleMania 17. At WrestleMania 17, Eddie Guerrero faced Test in what ended up being a pretty good match. It was Eddie's speed versus Test's power, and accidentally tying up his foot in the ring ropes on the way down. Test hung through the ropes, he slipped on the apron and fell to the floor. It definitely affected the flow of the match, and given that WrestleMania 17 is the closest thing, they rightfully edited out this little blunder. Number 1, Rowdy Roddy Piper goes full racist, WrestleMania 6. Most of the moments that WWE have retrospectively removed have been short, usually less than a few seconds worth of content. However, WWE were forced to remove 12 minutes of content, including an entire match from WrestleMania 6 because Roddy Piper loved nothing more than getting heat even when he was a babyface. Piper was scheduled to face Bad News Brown at the show, and before the match, Hot Rod appeared in an interview segment with half of his face painted black. Why? No one really knows, but given that Bad News Brown was black, most fans assumed it was a shot at Brown's heritage. Piper then wrestled the whole match in half blackface, and today neither the promo nor the match are available on the WWE Network. That concludes our list of WrestleMania moments removed from the WWE Network. Did we miss any? Let us know in the comments below.